28-14, so the Blue Devils are now 4-4. Warren Harding still looking for win number 2 on the year. They were in Massillon taking on the Tigers on Thursday night. Kyle Kempt had a day. 3 touchdown passes, including this 23-yard strike here to Ernie Baez. And Warren Harding would add a late touchdown, but it's too little too late. 24-7, Massillon your winner. Harding drops to 1-7, and the road no easier. 1. How about our other local team, Warren Harding, taking on Euclid? Coach Rios, rough first season for him, riddled with injuries. This is Lamar Carmichael providing a spark. Sophomore quarterback, though, had some problems. He turns it over here, and Euclid does in the Raiders for the 6th time this season. They fall 14-13.
Thriller, Newton Falls going for 2 on the final play of the game. They win 28-27 in overtime. Up to Mullencoff Stadium, Euclid traveling to Warren to face the Raiders. Second quarter, 13-0 Raiders. Benny Walker to Melvin King, 20-yard touchdown, or 20-yard pass rather. First and goal, Euclid. 2 plays later, Walker scores on the quarterback keeper. 13-7, Raiders still with the lead. Ensuing Harding drive from their own 32, Lamar Carmichael with a nice quarterback keeper here, picking up 26 yards. He's down at the Euclid 42-yard line, but on the very next play, his pass is tipped and picked at the line. Andre Rollins rumbles 58 yards for the touchdown. Euclid goes up 14-13 at the half, and they go on to win by that score, 14-13 over Harding.
And they lose by 1 on a blocked extra point, 42-41. Warren Harding traveling to Lorain, the first trip there since 1958. It was not a good trip. LaShawn Daniels, more than 100 yards per game is his average. He's stuffed, held to just 62 yards on the night. Lorain outgaining Harding 299-142. Harding drops to 1-5. Lorain gets the victory in this one.
Visitors cringe and the home crowd holler. Today we take you inside the huddle with the man behind that microphone at Mullencoff Stadium. Some sounds are familiar on Friday nights in Warren.
Ladies and gentlemen, get up on your feet.
Others are unmistakable.
Here come your Raiders.
James Wells has been climbing these steps at Mullencoff Stadium for 14 years. And from his perch in the press box, his voice has become as synonymous to Warren football as the team itself.
Touchdown, Raiders!
It caught on. I didn't think it was a big deal. They make me say it places. I'm so embarrassed. In bars, in restaurants, to their daughter, to their son. They bring kids up there to meet me, to shake my hand, and I'm just an average Joe.
And for this Warren native and former Panther, old loyalties die hard.
Touchdown Raiders isn't, in my first game, I never said it. Or when they come out on the field, I say, here come your Raiders. I never said it. I didn't know what to say. Matter of fact, I called them Panthers because I was a Harding Panther for so long. I screwed up and called them Panthers. I swear to God, there was a woman that wanted to come up in the press box. I had to get the police because she was mad because I kept calling them Panthers.
Since then, his dedication to the craft has paid off, just not in terms of money. His $30 paycheck hardly covers the gas it takes to travel to and from his home in Cleveland. No, he finds reward in simply firing up the Raider faithful.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm not. I blow some calls too, but I mean, if it's a bad game for us, I'm still pretty good when we're bad as far as trying to keep the crowd into it. But the thing that's funny is when I'm down on the field and I get the lineups from the opposing coaches, a lot of them will say, our job tonight is to make sure we don't hear you say touchdown Raiders. They do, which is I take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's a compliment.
For MyValleySports.com, I'm Ryan Allison. Well, let's see how many times he'd say touchdown Raiders against Bedford on Friday night, already up 7-6. He got to say it once, but then Jimmy Rumpel had some problems. He gets picked off in the red zone. That was a big problem against the Bearcats, and more turnovers courtesy of the Raiders defense. O'Shea Jackson gets the pick here with just minutes left in the ball game. So Harding clinging to a 1-point lead. 5 turnovers in the second half, and the game comes down to this. 24 seconds left on the clock, and that's Deion Carter, the backup quarterback. He scampers in for the game winner. The Raiders lose their 3rd straight nail-biter, 12-7. They can bounce.
Drive stalls. Niles takes over. Beaver Local now. Pass is tipped, picked off by L.J. Cox. And guess what? He's got some blockers. He makes a few moves. He's rewarded with a touchdown. Everybody's happy, and Niles at that point they're up 7-0. 2nd and 8 now on their own 28. The hand.
Harding and Howland meet again for bragging rights, but this time at Molenkoff Stadium. Last year, the Tigers pulled out a 3-point victory in front of more than 7,000 at Lombardo Stadium. This year, the Raiders have home field advantage. Both coaches know how much this game means not only to their programs, but communities.
I know since I've been here April 1st, it's the first thing I heard about, and it's the first game film that I watched. So, you know, they stressed right away how important this game was and what kind of impact it had on the community last year after a loss. So, you know, we've had that in our minds since April 1st, and this is one we've had circled on our calendars.
Last year's anticipation of the game, the big crowd, the way both teams played very well, it was very entertaining for the people, and I think they expect the same type of football game this year.
2 of the better volleyball programs in the area facing.
Will be a task in and of itself Friday night. Harding and Howland meeting for the 2nd straight season. 2 of the most successful programs in Trumbull County will no doubt pack the house. Harding is coming off its first win of the season, but the offense struggled, managing just 1 touchdown. Howland has rolled in its first 2 games. In fact, the Tigers are yet to commit a turnover.
Harding's a great program. Traditionally, they're considered a state power because they are a state power, and they've won state championships. They have great athleticism. They have great speed. Hopefully, we're going to come Friday night and have another great football game for the community.
It's going to be wild. You know, that's the first thing I was told about when I got here. So from April 1st until now, that's all I've heard about was we have to beat Howland, we have to beat Howland. And, you know, our kids have had to live with that for a year, so that's all they hear about, and that's the game that we've had circled on our calendar since I've been here.
Well, Springfield is off to a strong 2-0 start.
Tonight, the final score in this one, 46-0.
Youngstown East traveling to Warren to face Harding at Molenkoff Stadium. How about 4th and 13? George LaFleur falls on the ball for a safety, and Harding is only up 3-2. Now to the 4th quarter. Jimmy Rumpel passes to Jalen Powell, a 22-yard pickup and a Harding first down. On the same drive, LaShawn Daniels gets the handoff. He gets 9 tough yards and inside the East 10-yard line. 2 plays later, Daniels again takes the direct snap into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion is no good, so it's 9-2, Harding with the lead. East's next possession, a touchdown would tie it. Rayshawn Johnson on the quarterback keeper, puts it on the ground. Chance Harper recovers the fumble, and Harding goes on to win a close one, 9-2 over East.
Western Pennsylvania.
Second win, 21-3. Warren Harding looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss, taking on Youngstown East. Raiders with a 3-0 lead, and well, East going for it on 4th and 1. And with that big offensive line and those 3 talented tailbacks, they can't get it. Harding stuffs them. And then Harding with a mistake on special teams. That cost you 2 points. The safety, though, was the only time East would get on the scoreboard. LaShawn Daniels scores from 3 yards out. Harding doesn't score much, but picks up the win, 9-2. Ursuline, remember they lost in week.
Youngstown East, a low-scoring affair. Raiders with a 3-0 lead at the half. We'll pick it up in the 3rd quarter. East driving 4th and 1 at the Harding 11. D.D. Fleeton gets stuffed. Harding would take over. Raiders having a tough time moving the ball. Raiders punting, high snap. East gets the safety and makes it 3-2. Harding with a 1-point lead. 4th quarter, Harding driving. LaShawn Daniels with a 3-yard touchdown. Harding gets the win by 7, 9-2, the final score. It was mission.
Hi, everyone. It doesn't get much better than this for Week 1 in the Taco Bell Overtime Report. Warren Harding with new coach Rick Arios hosting Austintown Fitch, who some consider the best team in the area. Do the Raiders give their new coach his first win? Let's take you up to Mullen-Koff Stadium and a great crowd on just a great night. And this is Tyrese Anderson on 3rd and 30, and he takes it to the house for a 14-0 Falcon lead. 2nd and 2 on the Harding 20. Anderson again, this time with the touch. Fitch led 21-0. Then 3rd and 8 on Fitch's 21. Jalen Powell passes tipped. It's intercepted by Tyler Grover. However, Fitch could not take advantage. They had to punt the football away. 2nd and 10 now in the 4th quarter on the Fitch 21. LaShawn Daniels, the touchdown run after breaking a tackle. Harding is on the board 28-7, but more Austintown Fitch. And Matt Futkos, the quarterback keeper, for the first down. We go to the scoreboard. Austintown Fitch, Phil Annarella goes back to Mullen-Koff Stadium.
Edition of First and Goal. We'll be with you every Friday night with the best high school football coverage first throughout the high school football season. What a way to start things off here in week number 1. My name's Chad Krispinski. A pair of former Steel Valley Conference foes meeting in Warren with Harding and Fitch facing off for the first time in 9 years. Rick Rios making his head coaching debut at Harding tonight, meeting former Raiders coach Phil Annarella with the Falcons. Sounds like a picture-perfect MyValleySports.com game of the week. Fitch trying to snap a 9-game losing streak to the Raiders. We take you to Mullen-Koff Stadium. There is Coach Rios and Coach Annarella all set to go. Late 2nd quarter, low-scoring affair. In fact, no score. With Fitch's Will Mahone goes to work, ripping off a 9-yard touchdown run. Falcons take a 7-0 lead into the break. Mahone a $102 on the night, rushing the football. 3rd quarter, Tyrese Anderson, little change of pace. Great moves, great speed. 23-yard touchdown run. Falcons up 14-0. Anderson not done yet. 4-yard touchdown run to make it 21-0. Anderson 59 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Fitch rolls 28-7 and hosts Poland next Friday night. In 2007, rain and wind
on the field, and the interesting part about this is Phil Annarella led Warren Harding to their last state football championship back in 1990. For the first time, he returns to that stadium as an opposing coach. So it's his first visit to Mullen-Koff Stadium in Warren. Fitch, one of the top 3 teams in our area, Mike, no doubt about it. They got Chris Davis, they got Demetrius Davis, they got Will Mahone, they got a junior lineman, Billy Price, who's being looked at by all the big schools. They have a boatload of talent, and they will be a true test for Warren Harding. Now, Warren Harding has a new coach this year in Rick Rios, who came from the Toledo area. They got a transfer in at a quarterback spot in Josh Martz. He's a transfer. They also have Jimmy Rummel, who's a junior quarterback. But it's all going to revolve around Jalen Powell, and Jalen Powell will be the go-to guy for the Raiders.
Now, is this one of the schools that also there was a debate over one of the transfers with Dane Hammond?
Yeah, Warren Harding. Dane Hammond says, I'm going to go to Warren Harding. The Ohio High School Athletic Association stepped in and ruled that he could not go to Warren Harding. So he was voted back on the team by the Boardman football program. They play tomorrow night. I don't expect Hammond to play tomorrow night against Cleveland Benedictine, but I'm sure he'll be back in action next week when Boardman takes on Cardinal Mooney. But Warren Harding was in the center of this because that's where Hammond wanted to go.
Yeah, see, you're so good I can throw you a little curveball, and I still know you're going to come back and come strong. And Hammond's brother is a wide receiver at Wisconsin, so you're talking about to add him, if that happened, to a Harding squad. My goodness, you're talking about a big, big talent to go with some of the names you just mentioned.
Yeah, and again, but the state came in, and Hammond is back at Boardman, and this thing was resolved in a couple of weeks. The Ohio High School Athletic Association really took that matter at heart. They knew it was a high-profile transfer, and they did what they had to do. So it's basically a wash. Hammond is back in Boardman, although, again, I don't expect him to play tomorrow night.
All right, Dana Ballasy giving you the latest on the transfer situation there. And the final game tonight, one you picked out, Easton Liberty. Now,